Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon and never miss another update from Almighty Java. In this video, we'll see how to integrate Redux with React. So watch till the end. I am sure you'll get some confidence about Redux, at least basics. So first, let's see what is Redux. Redux is a simplified implementation of Facebook's Flux architecture. So what is Flux architecture? Flux is the application architecture that Facebook uses for building client-side web applications. It complements React's composable view components by utilizing a unidirectional data flow. It is more of a pattern rather than a formal framework, and you can start using Flux immediately without a lot of new code. See, this video is not about Flux. Here we are going to learn about Redux. So I just read the definition which is given by the Facebook. Redux name is originated from the reducer and Flux. Redux is a predictable state container or state management tool for JavaScript apps. Redux helps us to write applications that behave consistently, run in different environments, client, server, and native, and are easy to test. In general, use Redux when you have a reasonable amount of data changing over time. You need a single source of truth, and you find the approaches like keeping everything in a top level React components so state are no longer sufficient. So in this point, like I said, state are no longer sufficient because there are n number of components, and then sharing the state is quite difficult. So if we use Redux, then it becomes very easy. So here is the point. How does Redux manage the state? Redux manages state through a single JavaScript object known as a data store, where all your application's state is located. When all your data is in one place, your application is easier to debug and test. Storing application state in a single object makes it easier to persist the entire state of your application. State is immutable, so if you modify state, then it is replacing the existing state with a new state. So here are the two diagrams. So here A to K are the components. So first diagram is representing the case when we are not using Redux, and second diagram is representing the case when we are using the Redux. So like I said earlier, Redux manages state through a single JavaScript object known as a data store, where all your application's state is located. So here store is the single JavaScript object. I hope this diagram is clear for you. So here, as per the first diagram, you can see the complexity when components want to share some detail using props. So if component K wants some detail from E, then it will come from all the way. But if you observe second diagram, then store maintains the data. So if any of the component want to get some details, they can directly communicate with store. See, same thing Redux manage in a easiest way. Here are the required things for Redux. Need to install 3 packages. npm install Redux, so we can write and compile Redux code. npm install React Redux, so our React components can read data from Redux store and dispatch actions to the store to update data. npm install Redux Thunk. It is a middleware, allows us to write action creators that return a function instead of an action. The thunk can be used to delay the dispatch of an action or to dispatch only if a certain condition is met. The inner function receives the store methods, dispatch and get states as a parameters. What is the standard way to write Redux code? Redux types, actions, reducer, root reducer, Redux Thunk, store, React Redux, provider, map state to props, map dispatch to props. So whenever we integrate Redux with React, then these are the things required. Now in next section of this video, I am going to show you the code. In next video, we'll implement each and everything from scratch. Here is the code for user types. So here we declared the constant of possible scenarios like request, success and failure. Here is the code for user actions. So like we created the constants in user type, so here I'm using those constants. Here payload is nothing but the response. I'm using export only for the fetch users because I'm going to call this method from React code. Fetch users method is dispatching the fetch user request, and then I'm calling the get request using Axios, and if it is success, then I'm calling the fetch user success, and if there is an error, then I'm calling the fetch user error. I hope this code is clear for you. Here is the code for user reducer. So what is the reducer? Why it is required? The reducer is a pure function that takes the previous state and an action and returns the next state. It is called a reducer because it is the type of function you would pass to an array. So here first declared the constant for initial state where users array is empty and error also empty. Like I said earlier, reducer uses the action. So here using switch case, we will receive the action. So if action type is user request, then here using this three dots and state, we are copying the state. And if action type is user success, then assign the payload to the users and error is an empty string. And if action type is user failure, then user list is empty and error we are getting from the response and setting it to error variable. I hope you understood the use of the reducer. Here is the code for root reducer. So what is the root reducer and why it is required? The combine reducer helper function turns an object whose values are different reducing functions into a single reducing function you can pass to create a store. The resulting reducer calls every child reducer and gather their result into a single state object. So in real time scenario, we have so many kind of reducers. So to create a store for each and every reducer is the costly operation. So using root reducer, we can combine all and pass as a single state object. Here is the code for store. So what is the store? A store holds the whole state tree of your application. The only way to change the state inside it is to dispatch an action on it. So here we are creating store using root reducer and thunk. So Redux code implementation is done. Now how to integrate Redux with React? Here is the code for app.js. So to fetch users data, we created the Redux code. See, we installed the React Redux package. So that package have the provider component which expect the store which we created using Redux. So pass the store. So here instead of using user list directly, we are keeping it inside provider. Here are the required changes for user list component. So earlier we are sending the get request from here, but now we hand over this call to Redux. So inside this component did mount method using props, we are calling the fetch users method, which we declared inside the user actions. We kept the export there so we can use here. Now at the end, we need to create two constants, one for map state to prop and one for map dispatch to prop. So inside this constant, we are dispatching the fetch users method call. And at the end, we need to use connect function of React Redux and pass both the constants. And that's it for this video. In next video, we'll practice each and everything. Please like and share this video. Subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.